Hello everyone and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet with Jeannie, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's find out what's been on the hook. Well, today I want to talk about summer scarves, and this is probably the last time I'm going to mention these in a group, but I wanted to show you all the different scarves that we've made progressing through the summer, and I'm going to stop crocheting for summer in the next few weeks. So I'm kind of finishing up some items that I had on the hook, and at least show you where I am on those, what I've already made, and I have a surprise at the end. So if you stay with me, I will go over these just real quick. I wanted to show you what we have made together because a lot of you have been with me from the very beginning, and if you haven't been, you can go down to the playlist in the description box where I will put a link to the shawls playlist, and you can go there and see all the different shawls that we've made over the last 3 months, I guess. Haven't been on YouTube very long, and really appreciate all the subscribers that have joined up with my channel, and for viewers too who haven't subscribed yet, but maybe you will if you think I'm bringing something useful to you. Today I am showing you my summer shawl. So I'll just quickly tell you what we've already done. And y'all know if you've been watching my videos about these shawls. But this is the beachy shawl that I made a while back when I was in Destin. And it is made from the Karen Cotton Cake. Beach glass is the color. And I only used about 200 yards of that particular yarn. And if you remember, I put some long chains on the end of each end of the scarf so that I could tie it underneath and wear it a little bit low on my chest. So that's how I solved the problem of not having too much scarf. I didn't really want too much scarf. This was made by the boho triangle shawl pattern from Shandy at Expression Fiber Arts, and you can go right out there. I think it's free. I think it's a free pattern. So if you go to expressionfiberarts.com and search for boho triangle shawl, you can print that pattern off and make your own. It's very easy to make. I know I always say that, but I only select patterns that are easy so that most of my viewers can make them. I'm not here to promote advanced patterns because my viewers are mostly women who don't have an advanced ability to do crochet. Most people do not. It is just something only a few people can do. So I try to keep the patterns easy enough to where you can print one off and start it and not be totally confused. It's just a scarf. So this is a good thing to start crocheting if you want to just start crocheting, because if you make a mistake, you can't really see it. It's not trying to fit you, so that's a really good thing. The second scarf I made was the summer scarf in yellow, and it's in the yellow with the sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see that. I also showed you how to block in this particular video, so you might check that out if you've got a scarf and you need to block it. This is all cotton. It's made from cotton lurex by Rico. Oh, I wish that would focus. There we go. Cotton lurex essentials, and you can get this on Love Knitting, and it's not extremely expensive. In fact, I think I got it on sale, and I've got the balance of what I bought in another project that I'm trying to finish up. Eventually we'll finish up. So that's the yellow summer shawl, and that's made by the Fortune's Shawlette pattern. You can take that pattern from the Moogly blog and make it. It's not difficult to make, and it's very beautiful when it's done. I didn't even put the edging on this one. I did put it on one, and I'll show you that here in just a second. That is the yellow summer shawl. And the third that I made was the red tape shawl. It's very squishy, also by the Fortune's Shawlette pattern. I did not put the edging on this. I didn't feel like it needed an edging, and I also ran out of yarn. I really wanted it to be a little bit bigger than some, so I made it all the way to the end of 2 balls of this Barocco, let me turn around here, Barocco gem. That's all I had left. But I saved this because I wanted to make sure I could show it to you one more time. This is a really nice tape yarn. It has some sparkles in it, as you can see, and it turned out so beautifully in this shawl pattern. that I wanted to show this to you one more time. I really, really like it. And under here is, the Deborah Norville Serenity Garden scarf that I made from that particular yarn. And I also used the Fortune Shawlette pattern, and I did put the edging on this, so you can see it there. It's not extremely difficult to do. It's not difficult at all, really. It's just another couple of rows. And I almost ran out of yarn there. I managed to use most of it. So I just wanted to show you that one more time. I really love it. I wore it last week. I wear my scarves nearly every day. I try to wear them when I go out somewhere because it just adds a lot to your outfit, and they're just so beautiful to look at. I really enjoy wearing things that I make. And if I can't wear them, I'm very sad because I've put in all that time making an item and I can't wear it. So I try to make things that I can actually wear now. So those are a few scarves that I've made. This one I'm wearing is Artfully Simple Angled Scarf, also from the Moogly blog. And I made this out of the citrus yarn that we received in the Knit Crate box. I think it was April's box, might have been May. But I never really liked it, but I did, after I got it caked up, I liked it more. And then when I made it in the scarf, it turned out really, really pretty. I used that Moogly blog pattern and also put some fringe down at the bottom. So it turned out really, really nice. It's not real wide, and it's perfect. I love it. I love wearing it with this orange blouse because this is one of my favorite blouses. It's a 3/4 sleeve. It keeps me warm in the air conditioning if it's something, if there's a very cold place that I'm in. And the scarf is wool, but it doesn't scratch and it's not hot. So I really like this scarf. And I want to show you a couple of others that I have in the works that I'm trying to finish up. Actually 3, but I'm almost through with my summer crochet, so I'm trying to finish things up. This is a scarf that it's actually a Shawlette, that I kind of designed using some yarn that I have in my stash. I have a ton of this yarn. This is green Artistic U. This is the ball band that was on it, Artistic U, and the color is celery. And I bought a lot of this. I have 4 big hanks of this. And each one, let me see how many yards are on it, because there were a lot of yards on here. 450 yards on each hank. So I have a ton of this yarn. So I was going to use it at the top of a shawl, and then the next color was going to be the yellow cotton lurex. So those would be together, those 2 colors, which are very pretty together. And then I was going to accent it with black. And so I'm still kind of working on that. I haven't gotten very far at all. I tried to make it from a pattern that I think I described to you, and I'm not going to tell you again who it was because I wasn't all that excited about the pattern. I never could get it right, even though I ripped it out 2 or 3 times, and I thought, this is crazy. I can probably do this on my own. So I just came up with my own pattern, and I thought it turned out pretty well. Of course, I will expand on that, and what I'll probably do is start the yellow pretty soon. So I'm going to put that yellow, I'll start working on the yellow, make some stripes out of the yellow, and then back to the green, and then maybe the black at the edge. So that's a real nice use of yarn that I had in my stash, because I probably won't be using this green yarn, and I won't use much of it at all. I mean, I can't even tell that I've used any off this, which is, the way it is on these really big hanks. And at 450 yards, I could probably make something just out of that. But I have 4 of these. So anyway, I'm going to use one of them at least in this particular shawl. And this is kind of a summer shawl, but it's summery colors, but it'll have a little black in it. And it's also made out of wool. So, and this Artistic U is 75% merino superwash and nylon 25%. So it's very soft, and I could probably wear it in the summertime. Now, I want to show you these 2 because I mentioned them in a video yesterday or the day before, and people were saying, where'd you get those? These are clear plastic shoe boxes that I got at Bed Bath & Beyond. There were 12 in the package and it was $15. So I figured, you know, a little over $1 a piece. And that can help me be so much more organized, and I have, like I said, 11 over there on top of a TV stand, so I can get there up off the floor. I can see what I've got, and this is one of them that I had sitting over there. I just grabbed it to show it in my video, so it was really very convenient. And I have 2 scarves in this box, and one of them is with the Barocco tape, which is a number 5 bulky, and it's Estiva is the name of the type of yarn that it is. It's a tape yarn. And if you recall, I made a summer top out of it, an over blouse. So I can wear it over a tank top. And you can see that in my videos down this color, so you can't miss it. It's kind of a chartreuse almost, and it is a chartreuse. And I'm making a scarf out of this ball because I really don't want it just sitting around, and it was very expensive. So I thought, yeah, I could make a scarf out of it. So I'm going to make a scarf that's going this way. You know, it's going to be long. I may put some fringe on it and see how that tape looks in fringe. I don't know, it might be kind of interesting. So right now I'm working on this. It's my own pattern. I'm not using a pattern for that. I'm making up my own stuff here. Now, the last shawl that I have is, of course, the Fortune Shawlette made out of the Destin Yarn Shop. It's a wrap type yarn. And I haven't done any more on it. I am losing interest, I guess, because I haven't gotten to the other color, but it is beautiful, and I will probably finish it because my husband loves this pattern. He thinks it looks so beautiful, and so I'll probably be working on that. I don't mean to be shaking that. I'll probably be working on that, and I will also probably block it. It looks like it needs to be blocked and pulled out and stretched just a little bit so that it will lie flat, so that it will lay flat. I should say. That's the correct English. Lay flat. Inanimate objects. Lay. We lie. Okay. So there you go. I'm going to put that back up, and I usually take this off the base and just lay it down in there so that I can put it in the box. Now, I have a surprise. I have one more scarf that I want to show you, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I know you know what a squirrel is. I had a squirrel run through my house yesterday, just metaphorically speaking. I was working on my office and cleaning out some yarn and projects, and I came across these 2 hanks of hand-dyed yarn from my friend Becky. I had bought them from her a while back, and I stuck them in a box over there, and I wasn't paying attention, and I was piling the stuff on top of it, and I forgot that I had them. So they were summer colors, and they're wool, so I thought, well, I need to make a scarf out of those. So I had one of each of these hanks. One is called Down on Copperline, which is the name of a song. She names all of her yarns after a song. And the other yarn is Sister Golden Hair. Sister Golden Hair. You've heard of those, both of those, if you're my age or younger, a little bit younger. You probably have heard of those. But I just thought these were beautiful together when I saw them at her house, and I said, I want that one and I want this one. I had no idea what I was going to do with them, so I ran across them this weekend, and I decided to make a scarf out of them. And this is what I have left, if you can believe it. I just don't use very much yarn when I'm making a scarf because it's usually a shawlette. It's not really a scarf. It's not really a shawl. It's a shawlette. It's something smaller than a shawl. So I want to show it to you now. It turned out really nice. It's my own design. I did not copy any designs. I did it on my own. I was just crocheting as I went. And I know y'all are going to ask me for the pattern, and I haven't written it down yet, but I will write it down. And I may put it on a video at some future point, but right now I don't have time to write it down, but I will write it down. And I have to go row by row, and I'm not going to give you any stitch counts. You know how I work. You don't need any stitch counts for this. It's not, you know, it's not that hard to make, but I did some rows in one color and I did some rows in the other color, back and forth, and I'll show it to you. It looks really nice on this coral because this is kind of a corally color. So let me show it to you. This is what I think I'm going to call the melon yellow, in Becky's honor of naming shawls after songs, I'm just going to call it the Melon Yellow instead of Mellow Yellow. Y'all know that song. Anyway, I thought those two colors were going to be very beautiful together. So I made this so that it's not too thick in the back, and I'll show you what I did with the back. It's kind of interesting. There are no ends coming around to the front. There are no ends. So it's worn like a cowl in this particular way. And what I do when I'm wearing it in the front is I turn over this collar like I do. You know, you turn this over and make a collar from it, and then let it hang down like a scarf, and a bib scarf. And if you'll notice, I put a nice edging on here, so if from any angle it looks really pretty. So I did several rows of different colors, if you can see that. I did 2, 3 rows of each one. I did not carry my colors through the scarf. I carried them on the edges, and you probably know what that is, but you just drop a color and continue with the other color, and then when you get back over there, you pick up the other color if you want to. So they're all on one side, and I'll show you what I did for that here in just a minute. But I like wearing scarves like this, and especially in the summer, they're not up around my neck, and they're very cool and comfortable. So that is why I'm wearing it this way. And again, this is what it looks like up close. It's got, you know, the V here. It's in a perfect triangle. So it's not an off-center triangle. It's a, you know, regular triangle. So what I did with this, I'm going to take it off for a second. I made the ends kind of special. I don't know if you can see this, but I put a button here so that you could connect it in the back, and it's not having to tie around your neck. So let me show you this. I put a button on, you see that button right there? I put that on the end of the scarf. And also I want to show you the end of the scarf here, because I thought it was kind of cute the way it turned out. But on the end of the scarf, I came around the corner, and how you do this, heavily increase at the end. And it brings the end around to the corner. And it brings the, let me get it up here where you can see it. It brings the end around in a big circle. And then I went down the straight edge, and I did some rows there to soften that edge. It just looked very bare. So I went down this row, and see where the triangle is? I'm traveling across the long part of the triangle at this point. And then at the other end, I came around the corner. I really like that rounded edge because I saw that in another pattern, and it was done in a different way. But this is what I wanted to do with it. So I made a little bit of a design at the end. And then there are so many holes in this thing. I mean, because it's done in some treble, some double, some half, some single. They're all mixed in. So there are lots of holes, if you can see that. And so what I did was I sewed a button on this side that you can put through a hole on the other side. And I'll show you that. Let me find one. Here's a hole right here. So I'm going to put it through there. And then you can wear it any way you want. And what I was going to say is you could wear it the other direction where the V is in the back. So I'm going to put it back on like that. And then you can wear it with the V hanging down in the back. It doesn't hang down too far. And then just have the fronts meet where the button is. And it's got a little bit of a special edge here, so it's not just 2 points coming down. It has a nice edging on it. It's the way I designed it. I really wanted it to look pretty if you wore it this way or if you wore it the other way. I like variable things. So I like to wear a lot of scarves and I like to wear them a lot. So I don't want to wear them the same way every time. I'm wearing this over coral, but I will probably wear it over yellow next time, and I can wear it over orange. Beautiful colors in this summer scarf. It is not a winter scarf, so I probably won't be wearing it in the winter time. But for fall and for summer, I think it's perfect. And you could also, if you want to make one, you could put a regular button on it. But I love these long buttons that you can just put through a hole very easily. It doesn't have to be so wide to accommodate a big round button. And I do make things like that sometimes, but in this case, I really just wanted it to go through an existing hole somewhere where you can adjust that. You can bring it over farther, or you can make it a little bit bigger, not too much, but you could find a hole that's a little farther toward the edge and wear it that way. So another way you could wear it is also on the shoulder. You can wear it this way and let it come down like this, in front and then wear your button here where you can see it, and then just straighten it up in the back, and you're good to go. Over a black dress, like I always say. You can always wear this over black. In fact, the next time I wear it, I'm sure that's where I'll be wearing it. And I may wear it from one of my videos, and I'll wear it over black, and you can see how it looks. But I thought you might like that. This is my last summer shawl that I'm going to start. I've got 2 or 3 here that I'd like to finish before the end of the summer, before I stop crocheting for summertime. But I have some other projects I'm trying to finish as well. So I just saw that yarn, and I just wanted to make it. I just wanted to make it before the end of the summer. And it's very similar to this. This is what came in the knit crate box. And these are the 2 that I found in my stash. So look at how close those are in color. This one has pink. The knit crate has pink. The other 2 do not, of course. But they're very similar in style, in size, in content, and in color. So I say you never can have too many shawls and shawlettes and scarves. So they dress up an outfit so beautifully. So join me next time to find out what's on the hook.